Bobby, really good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me before we go and beat another team. What did you make of what Donald Trump had to say about these tariffs? Can you talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old and explain it?
Yes. Hello, Dawny. That's your new name now, unfortunately. So what I did with this is, it's dominating all the agendas. Again, Financial Times, I read it at the weekend, Trump's face. And the key thing is, Dawn, is to read the Supreme Court rulings. What they said is, and that's where the key is, our task today is to decide only whether the power to regulate importation is granted to the president under IEEPA, which is the International Emergency Economics Powers Act 1977, embraces the power to impose tariffs. And it says it does not. And that is the key thing, because Trump, we all remember back in April, holding that board, shock to the entire world. It's Liberation Day. We're going to impose tariffs on anyone. And at the time, people had no idea what to do. And the key thing is, the US Constitution gives Congress the exclusive power to impose taxes and tariffs. Not the president, not Trump. No matter what your views on the president, it's not the power prerogative of a president to do that. And obviously, Trump, when he initiated these tariffs, he said, oh, the IEEPA, this law allows the president to do what they want. And the Supreme Court said no. And Dawn, I'll tell you what really shocking is, because the Supreme Court voted 6-3, which is kind of a good football score for Bournemouth, West Ham today against Bournemouth. But some of the Supreme Court members, justices, were conservatives that he appointed himself. And that's what's shocking. So it's got to a point where people, even his supporters, are going, we're not confident in what this man's doing. And in fact, like Dawn, what's really fascinating as an educator is the reason this came to court was there was a toy company, educational toy company in Illinois, and they submitted a petition to the courts, and they said, we've lost like $10 million because of this. And that started a whole chain reaction where other states got involved, and finally it's gone to court, and Trump now looks like a bit of egg on his face, to be honest.
But he has kind of turned it to his favour by saying, right, OK, well, I can't do that for now, but I can put a 10% global tariff on everything, which legally he can do. So the big question, Bobby, is what does it mean for us in the UK? Because we had already, with our special relationship, negotiated that 10% deal, hadn't we? So do we come out of this any better?
So in theory, the tariff prices, they impact all imported goods to America. So if we're sending goods to America, it's higher cost for our business. We've got to pay that tax. But what this ruling, one thing is Trump's come up with this 10%, but it only lasts 150 days. And I'm sure the Supreme Court justices are finding ways to block him again on this. But the US has collected anything between $150 to $200 billion worth of tariffs. And because the Supreme Court ruled it illegal, everyone is paid the tariff, the customer, it's due back. They can reclaim it. So America suddenly has all this paperwork, again, all the British businesses that we sold, maybe West Ham jerseys that have been sold from the West Ham shop to America. The West Ham, all the other British businesses can claim back those tariffs paid. And how are they going to sort this out? There's millions of transactions. So it's actually just a legal and financial nightmare. So in theory for Britain, we can claim back some of the tariffs we've had to pay previously.